Hello everyone. It's been a while since I did a video where you could actually see me, so I figured I'd do one today. I went to the art show the other day. They have one once a year locally, and it's a big show. I mean, well, I don't know about how big, but big for our area. There's maybe, 60 vendors, 50 vendors there or something. And they have food, and they have a live band and security, and I mean, it's outdoors, but it's a really nice setup in that. And I thought about doing it this year. I actually sent to get the forms to apply in that, but they wanted $450 to do a booth, and I just didn't know if that was even a viable option for me, so I didn't do it this year. I just went and I seen what everybody was doing, and I met this really nice lady, and I was talking to her. Well, actually, my mother-in-law lost her earring when she was there the day before, and so I went to her booth looking to see if I could find it. And so I left her with my card saying, you know, if you happen to find it, could you please let me know? And she looked at my card and said to me, do you know we have an art guild locally? And maybe you should come to the meeting. And I said, well, I never even knew that, but I would love to check it out. So she gave me a brochure and that, and I ended up going to the meeting the other day. And I joined the art guild. But anyways, they had this meeting, and it was an informative one, and they had a lady there from Golden Paints. Now, if you watch my videos, you know I love Golden Paints. I don't use them a whole lot because they're expensive, and I kind of hoard them because I want to save them for good, and which is really ridiculous. But I do that because I figure, well, a lot of people can't afford to buy them either, like me. I mean, I can afford to buy them a little bit better than I used to be able to, but I still hoard them because the deco arts and stuff are nice, and they're like $1 a bottle, and the Golden Paints for me here are $7 to $10 a bottle, and they're half the size. So if I'm making something for a friend or something for family and that, I'll use the special ones. If I'm just making a video or whatever, I'll use the cheaper ones. And that. But anyways, so I'm at this meeting, and this lady is giving a lecture on Golden Paints. And it was a 2-hour meeting. So there was a ton of information she gave. Pardon me. And the one thing I took away from that meeting that I am like holding dear is you can buy extenders for your paints. Now, I know they have a lot of different mediums, and they gave us a little sample kit here. Like, I got this crackle medium, and coarse molding paste, and then they gave us a couple of little samples of paints in a couple colors. And they talked about all different kinds, like this open, which extends the dry time. And then this is just a regular thicker body paint. But that was what was in the little kit they gave us for free for samples. But she went through all these different mediums and all these different things you could do with the paints. And, you know, a lot of it went in one ear and out the other because it was kind of over my head. I mean, yeah, I use acrylic paint. I use it a lot. I paint every day. But, oh my God, there's so much you could do with so many different things that I want to try. But the whole reason I'm making the video is because of this extenders. Now, I bought these two things she was showing. This gloss medium. Let me see if I can get my camera so it's not blaring. I don't know if that's going to be backwards for you, but says gloss medium. And this is fluid matte medium. Now, these are the things they make the paints out of. And it's just like acrylic polymer, I don't even know. So if you're a professional and you know, you feel free to correct me in the comments. That's fine. But what I got out of this is you take this big jar and you add your paint to it. So this cost me like $16 on Dick Blick website for 8 fluid ounces. This one little fluid ounce jar cost me almost $10. So you could have 8 times the paint mixing these. Now it dries clear, so it does lighten it a little bit, though. I think I'm going to mix some to show you. And that, because when she mixed it, I seem to remember it made it a little bit lighter in color. Okay, so I poured a little bit of this. Now, I got this kind because the fluid paints is what I use. And that. Now, if you use the thicker body, you'd have to get something else, the gel or whatever, instead of this fluid stuff. And that. But you can extend that too. See, like this says right on the bottle, low gloss acrylic extender and primer. So here it is in the thing. And I'm gonna put a color, just a drip of the color here. And then I'm gonna do one in here. And mix this in. Yeah, I did lighten it. But you can add like 2 drips and get it dark again. See? Let's see. Gonna add another drip. See, these are very concentrated colors. So basically, the way she was explaining it is like this is the stuff that it's made out of, and then they add color. And this is like highly, highly concentrated. This is unwatered down. Like your color is just very vibrant, very pigmented. And that, so you can add more and more of this to it to extend it out. Now it does make it a little bit lighter, like I said. But I would use this color over this color. I mean, this is a nice color. And when you stretch it out, when you're painting, this is a very cheapo brush. It'll, see how it'll lighten, because as you paint, this is crappy brush. Let me get something better. This one's better. That's the color you're gonna get. A lot of times I add white. Well, I've added white to gold paints for a long time because, first of all, I want it a little bit lighter, not so dark. And also, it made my colors go longer. And so I'd buy like a big bottle of white and mix it in. Well, with this, you can just extend it out, and you don't lose. So see how that you don't, this is the concentrated. This is the one that I added the extender to. Now, this is not a very good surface to do it, but I mean, that dot's just as nice. Now, let me get some paint that's not watered down, and I'll show you. See, it's a little bit lighter because I have that extender in it. But you could put another drop or two in here, and I have this whole thing full of paint compared to just a little tiny bit of paint. So you could put like 2 drips of the concentrated stuff in there, put some extender, and paint a whole painting with it, compared to having to fill this up about that much and lose that much paint. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I was very excited by the possibility of having golden paints for a cheaper amount of money, because they're just so much nicer and so much more vibrant than the others. So I figured I would share that little bit of knowledge. I took a whole lot more away from the class than just that, but off the top of my head, I can't just pull it out right now. As I make things, if something comes back to me, I'll tell you guys. And that, but look for these extenders if you want to save a little bit of money on your golden paints. And that. So there we have it for a little quick informative tutorial today. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.